Yeah, I'm recording the session. Yeah, to recap on the previous discussion items, right? Previous discussion topics. Like we'll start with the SAP installations, right? So SAP installations. We'll start with some important questions on the SAP installations. So as part of the SAP installations, so what are the softwares? If we talk about the important things, like if you talk about the some important points, so what are the softwares you required, what are the media you required to perform the installations. So let me type it here. So what are the softwares we required to perform the installation? So this is the one of the important question. Okay, what are the softwares we required to perform the installations, right? So then what are the softwares? Now we know what are the softwares we required, right? So after that, so they may ask you questions like, so installation, like implementation phases, how many phases we have in the implementations? So we know already, right? So realization, blueprint, realizations, go live, support, like we have the first one, so that ASAP methodologies. So ASAP methodologies, ASAP steps, ASAP phases, we will call it as the ASAP phases. Okay, so then installations will come in the realization phase. In the realization phase, we will do the our SAP all landscape installations and everything, right? So during the installation, we will start with the SWPM software, right? So in the SWPM installation software, SWPM. So what are the versions of the SWPM? Versions of the SWPM. If we talk about the SWPM versions, 1.0, 1.0, and SWPM 2.0. It's so if you are doing the highest version of the installations, you can do so 1.2.0. So it's the lowest versions. You can use the HANA SWPM 1.0. Highest version means above 7.5, which means S4 HANA, BW for HANA, some other installations you can do the SWPM 2.0. So 7.5 or below, we can use the SWPM 1.0 things, we can use it, 1.0 softwares. So where can we check the installation logs? Installation log files. Maybe SAP INST dot log file, then SAP INST underscore dev dot log file. So the configuration file is the log control.xml file and tdb.xml file. So these are the configuration control files. These are the control files actually. It's a very important files also. Not only log files, it's like control files also, XML file. Why? Because each and every installation will be recorded. Suppose now installation is running now. Now see here, primary application server is installed. Now installation basic application server is installed. So ASCS is getting installed. All these things will be recorded in, so in the OS level or in the console also we can see the log files, right? So here we can check the log file, SAP INST dot log file, SAP INST underscore dev dot log file. There is a control.xml file. Then all we will get from here actually. So otherwise you can see here, if you go to the this one, we go to the program files, OS level in the program files, SAP INST underscore dev dot log file. So this one, and this is the one. So and this is the MSS install std abap. Under the abap, you see the files here. You see the files here. So tdb.xml file. Okay, control.xml file. So in this XML files, you will see the configuration of the all these pages and everything. Configuration of the all these pages and everything you can see in the this tdb.xml file and control.xml file actually. So maybe I will open it in the one of the notepad to see. Okay, everything, each and every phase is tdb.xml file and control.xml file, so will be located. So here it will be updated, everything will be updated actually. Everything will be updated here in the XML file. So if you want to skip it, there is a option. We can skip the this control this provisioning. If you want to skip this one, we can skip it. We can skip it. If you want to skip this steps, we can skip it by changing the entries in the control.xml file or keydb.xml file. We can change the entries, but it's not the suggestible thing. So it's not the suggestible approach to change it. So it's not the good idea, and also not recommended by SAP to change these entries and everything. Okay, so we should not change this one. Okay, we should not change this one. Okay, this is the important point you need to remember. So in case worst case scenario, we can skip it, but don't do this one. Okay, you can ignore this one. Okay, changes. The next point, so once the installation is done, what is the very long time, very important step? Important step is called the import above step. Import above step. This is the very important step. Okay, I'm going to discuss about all the points actually. Import tempo above step is the very long running step. Here in this step, SAP loads will be happened. SAP loads will be happened. Loads means basically in this step SAP system will be created. Simple. Okay, SAP system will be created. All the export, whatever the exports are there, right? That exports will be imported in this step. Export will be imported in this step. Export will be imported in this step. So now see, starting is above unknown. Unknown means so something is not starting here. So system is not getting started. So we can verify why it is not started. Maybe if you want, you can run the manually also. We can check it out. So we can also run it manually. So go ahead and see why it is not starting. So it's not starting. Maybe we can check. So it's not starting due to maybe some memory issues or something like that. It won't start first time. So when you retry manually first second time, then it will start it, right? So let's try the same. Let's try the same from our end as well. Let's try. Okay. So let me try. So restarts. Then this will start. See here, still status is unknown step. So here the step which I called is the import above step. So this step will take 4 to 5 hours here. So what exactly happens here? Installation. So here all the imports, whatever the exports are there, all will be imported in this step. All will be imported in this step. So, and also you can see after that, install primary application server means your first application server will be installed here. Then after that, so next one, ASS will be installed. ASS will be installed. So 2 instances will be created, ASS and application server will be created here. This 2 will be created here, right? So 2 will be created means here in the OS level, the file systems will be created here. In the OS level, the file systems, like file systems, the kernel exe and ASS exe will be created. Then SAP will be started. Now SAP is getting started. It is getting started. This will be happened in the system actually. This will be happened. So now it starts starting. Maybe if you go to the work directory and check why it is not starting, why it is not getting started. So you may see here EPM, some EPM limit, some mem. So something like that you will see, right? You can see here DP mem limit. So mem failed. So your dispatcher emergency shutdown, all these items, which means your so system does not have enough enough virtual memory here. So some virtual memory we have to set here. So let's see what is the virtual memory here we set. So it is there here. It is set here. 27 is there. Okay, I said the virtual memory here. So but it's asking to restart it, but we'll see. We don't require the restart. We'll do the once again restart, complete restart. So then it will fail it every step. So everywhere, so it will fail it if we don't have the much memory. So then we need to restart it. Something we have to do that one. That is the secondary thing. But these are the important step and very, very long running step in this step. If this step is passed, either the ECC or S4HANA, then you are almost, you completed the installations, almost you completed the installations. Then after the installation, what you have to do? After the installation, we have the post installation activities, right? After the installation, we have the post installation activities. So this is the next one is the which we are discussing about the post installation activities, like post installation. After the installation, so what we have to do after the installation, what we have to do. So as part of the post installation, we need to install the SAP logon pad. If not there, if we need to install the SAP logon pad, then configure the entry. We know how to configure the entry now. Everybody knows. Then log into the SAP system, then the first transaction code you can execute the SICKR SM28. SM28. This is for the post installation activity to check the consistency status, which means your system is successfully installed or not. So it will cross check your system is successfully installed or not. It will check in the SM28 or SICK transaction code. Then after that, you can perform the TMS configuration. We have to perform it. TMS configuration, we have to perform it. Then after that, so you need to create the logical systems, all whatever the topics we discussed, right? So logical systems, we have to create it. Then client creation, we have to done it. Client creation, one new client we have to create it. Then perform the local client copy, to newly created client. Then once you perform the local client copy with the SAP underscore all profile, you need to perform the local client copy with the profile is called the, let me mention the profile name here. So SAP underscore all profile, you need to mention it here. So then once you've done it, then you can perform the some security roles creations and perform that creations and some other things you can create it. So not a problem. Then also operational mode setup, everything you can set up it, whatever the things are there you can. But basically, so these are the mandatory things you need to configure it as soon as your installation is completed. These are the mandatory things you need to update it. Then after that, we need to upgrade the system as well. So kernel upgrade to the latest patch level. If not there, then SAP upgrades, you have to perform it. So why? Because whenever doing the installation, you will get the low patch levels. Then we need to upgrade to the latest versions. We have to update it. So if I talk about the one by one each topic, what are we discussing about that one? So during the installations or after the installations, they are the few users will be created. So one is the some other OS level users, then SAP level users, then DB level users. So OS level means we know, right? So SID, ADM, and SAP services SID, right? SAP services SID. And SAP level users means so SAP star and DDIC are the SAP star users. And database level means so DB SID ADM user will be created. DB SID ADM will be created. So along this, so we have the few work process also. We have the 7 work process will be created. Work process will be created in the system. 7 work process. So what are those work process? 7 work process.
Dialog, update.
Dialog, update.
Dialog, update. Background job.
Yeah.
EMGS.
So, yeah, DB, EB, MGS. So these are the process will be created. So in that, so when during the installation, 2 instances will be created, right? 2 instances will be created. One is the SAP level, 2 instances will be created. One is the ASS instance and primary application server instance. So ASS, after that, by default you will get the G+1. Suppose if you want to install the one more application server, you need to install the one more application server also, you need to install it, which means additional application server also you need to install the system. Okay, so once in the SAP level, two instances will be created. One is the ASCS instance and the second one is the PAS instance, primary application server instance will be created, right? In the ASCS we have two services, right? One is the message server and the NQ server. NQ and okay, so remaining 5 will be here, right? Remaining 5: dialog, update, so background, so gateway, spool, right? This will be in the a primary application server. So in the primary application server, along with we have, so additionally we have the dispatcher and ICM and IGS, right? ICM and IGS. These three will be in the each application server. It will be installed. These three will be in the each application server. This will be in the each application server. It will be installed. Okay, these three will be in the each application server. This configuration, this will be created. Okay, this will be created. So the passwords, you know, during the installation we will give the passwords of the SAP system. So those things, those passwords we have to use it to log into the system. Okay, these are the things we need to remember, right? So during the installation procedure, these are the very deeply. If they go deeply, these are the points actually. So still we can go to the more, but for I think this is enough for you. Okay, so next talk about work process. We are discussing about the work process overview and everything, right? Work process overview. So where can we check the work process related information, status and everything?
SM50.
Okay, so to check the status of the work process, we have to use the SM50 or SM66. Okay, so what is the difference between SM50 and SM66? That is the next question they will ask you. So what is the difference between SM50 and SM66? Anyone?
SM66 for global work process overview, and SM50 is the local.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
SM50 is the local one.
Local.
Yeah. So then
SM66 is global.
Global. So global means you can at a time, if you have the 2 or 3 application server at a time, all application servers related thing you can see, all application server related so information you can perform it. You can see in the SM66 all application server related work process status you can see, right? This is the information. Then the next question they may ask you, like, what is the difference between the gateway and message server?
Gateway, it will authenticate that services who are entering that.
Okay, so what about the message server?
Message server will do load balancing activity.
Yes,
Load balance message. So gateway work process will allow the users to connect to the between application servers or between SAP. Okay, between SAP system, right? Message server will assign the load, will assign the users to the respective application servers, right? Message server is available in the where it is available. Message server,
central server.
ASCS instance, right? So what about the gateway? Where
Gateway PS primary application server.
That is the one of the difference, right? You need to tell the two.
Yes.
You need to tell whenever interviewer asks the question, you need to tell 2 or 3 questions, 2 or 3 answers. You have to tell it, right? Difference between not the one difference. You have to do more differences. Whatever you know, you have to explain those differences, right? So dispatcher. So dispatcher has dispatching the user request to the here. How the dispatcher will get the request? Okay, so who will assign the request? Who will assign the request to the message server? So dispatcher. Who will assign the request to the
dialog work process?
Dialog work process.
No. Listen carefully. Who will assign the request to the dispatcher? Dispatcher will assign,
Message server.
right, exactly. Dispatcher will assign the request to the dialog work process, right? So how the dispatcher will get message server, right? So, okay, that is the very important step. Okay, don't confuse, don't get confused. So dispatcher queue and the way to check the dispatcher status and everything. Where to check the log files of the dispatcher.
In work
SM.1.
directory, dev underscore.
Yeah, dev underscore in the work directory. So there we can check the dispatcher status, displace work dot status. We can check in the work directory, the logs of the dispatcher. I can say like logs of the dispatcher, right? It's a very important logs of the dispatcher usage of the dispatcher. Okay, so that's we talk about, and also we can discuss about the few scenario related questions, like if the users are unable to log into the SAP system. So what and all the things we can check?
First, we need to check the any work process is occupied.
Okay.
No. Database service.
Whether the system is running is up and running or not.
Okay.
And database connection like R3-D we can check.
Okay.
Is the database connection between SAP and DB?
Okay. Yeah. So what is the command to check the connectivity between the application server and the database?
R3-D.
Okay. Okay. This command is very important. What is the command to check the DB connectivity? Okay, DB connectivity. So this is the one, R3-D. Okay, this is the very important. So next one. So if we talk about the next one, what is the command? And if users are unable to log in, but still we need to discuss about the point number 6. If the users are unable to log in, so we need to check whether the users are, whether that all the work process are occupied or not with the users. So then if you are unable to log in, if the users are unable to log in, means in some cases you are also unable to log in. In this case, where can you go ahead and check the work process status?
In OS level.
OS level?
Work directory.
That logs you can
No,
check
in
it out.
OS.
In SAP
TF
control and instance number.
Okay, that is also fine, but still,
Get process list.
yeah, that you can see
SAP
the
control and
DPMon.
that you can check
DPMon.
the, yes, DPMon command. So DPMon will give the status of the whether wait status or running, sleep, stop, error status. DPMon will give you the status of the work process and everything here. So but get process list is the service is started or not, so that will give the information, right? So but if you go to the DPMon command, that will give the status of the work process, right? Guest process is status of the service. Okay, dispatcher is up and running or not, or that will show the information, DPMon command. So next question, how to check the this we already discussed, how to check the kernel version.
Invoice level
System
displays
status.
work. Displays work in voice level.
Okay.
In system
In
status
SAP
and
level.
SM51 we can check in release note.
Right, exactly. Okay, so that is what important questions is they may ask you, how to check the kernel version. So the Chandra, you told that answer is like, so how to check the SAP component versions. Okay, that is the system status. How to check the SAP component version. The answer is whatever you said, that is correct. SAP component versions, right? This is the information. So where can you schedule the background jobs?
SM36.
SM36.
So BTC jobs. Suppose I want to cancel some jobs. Where can you cancel it?
SM37.
So I want to change the job schedule of the one job.
In SM37.
Same in SM37.
Okay. Schedule of the job. Okay. So how to change the job step user? How to change the job step user?
ABAP external
Yes, sir.
program, external command.
No, I'm not asking like, I'm asking job step user. How many types of job steps means that is your answer is correct. So how many types of job steps? So that is correct. How many? So how many types of job steps? Job steps means you are correct. Above program, external command, external program, that is command. But the 13th answer, how to change the job step user?
SM37, we can see the option step right there.
Yes, right. So in SM37, if you go to the SM37, so there, so check, just select the job which is in the released status. Just select the released job, then go to change mode, and so go to the job steps, then change the user. Simple. Okay, there we have to change that one. So user, suppose initially you scheduled with your user, you want to schedule with the dedicated user. All jobs should run with the batch user only, batch user. In that case, you need to change it. How? So you don't need to delete it. You don't need to recreate it again. Go to the SM37, then go to the SM37. Then what you can do, you can change it. Go to SM37, select the job, go to the job step, then you will click on the change mode. You will see the username. Then change the username to your different user. It will work. Okay, so that is the way we can do that one. That is the way we can do that one. Okay, let me restart this one. Okay, so this is about the job steps, job programs, commands, and everything. So can you tell me the job startup conditions? Job startup conditions. Job startup
Immediately.
Immediate,
The date, time,
immediate
and
time,
date.
after event,
After event.
after event.
Yeah. So what
Time
is
and date.
a variant in job? What is the variant in job? What is the variant in job? What is the variant first of all?
It used to use
Control
It
it.
control the standard of execution.
Right, it control the job executions, right? There is some execution parameter. So suppose like how we are while riding your bike, so you have the brakes and clutch, it will control your speed limit and everything, right? Here also job is running, so there is a limitations, right? We have to set the limitation, how much, where to delete, what to update and everything, some limitations. So right, the variant, so it will control it, which means the variant is runtime import of the job, so it will be used the variant. Some jobs, some programs it does not require, some programs it's required it. Okay, so where can you execute the reports and programs?
SC30.
Yeah,
SC30.
SC38 to SC38.
execution of what is the execution of programs and reports. Okay, tables
SC16.
Okay, SC11 to SC16, we can see the tables view, we can see it, right? So you know standard tables we already discussed about, right? Some tables and some reports, something we already discussed, I guess. So USR 02, 3000, few tables we already discussed, I guess, right? Is not it?
I think not discussing.
Okay, let me discuss that one as well. Discuss few tables, so important tables. Let me check the video. And a few tables I think we discussed. Maybe for your batch or other batch, I discussed a few tables. Okay, that's fine. So updates. Okay, let's discuss about the updates. So in case of your updates are failing, update requests are failing in your SAP system. So what could be the reason and where to check?
First of all, we need to check any update is active or deactive.
Okay.
And
SM14.
we can check update errors in SM13.
Okay, so if the failing update is active, still the update requests are there in the system. So what should be the reason? So maybe some duplicates or some
Repeat, we should have to repeat the update.
yes, right, that's right. So in your system, you see, so older than 24 hours lock entries are there, older than lock entries in in your SAP system. What can you do in this case?
We should inform the user and we can kill that one. I mean, delete we can.
So where can you go ahead and delete that one?
SM12.
SM12,
12.
right? And in the 12, we can go ahead and we can delete these things, right? Okay, fine. So I want to increase the gateway security, reginfo files. I have to create it. I want to restrict it. So where can you create the gateway reginfo files?
SMGW.
Yeah, SMGW in the expert functions. You can go to the expert functions and change it. So, okay, gateway security files configuration, which means ACL files style configuration. So in this case, what you have to do, you have to go to the SMGW, then so go to expert functions, okay. So what is mean by note? What is mean by S-note?
Corrections.
It
Okay.
is the
Single
Number
object
of-
correction.
Okay. Okay. Where can you go ahead and apply the note?
S-note transaction.
yes, not equal.
By using some yes note.
Okay, S-note. Okay, fine, good. So can I transfer the note? So suppose in your landscape you have the development and quality and the production systems are there. So can I transfer the note from one place to one system to another place, one system to another system?
We can
Can I-
from T.
How can I, if I want, if
TR.
I saw, yeah, by creating the transport request, so you can changing while implementing the note, it will ask you to provide it will ask us to is like, can I sorry, what I can put here in this way. So okay, can I record the changes into transport request or not, the note? Yes, right. So while implementing the note, we can record the changes into the transport request. We can move to the other systems. We can move it. So that is the thing we can do it. That is the thing we can perform it while doing this one. While doing this one, we can perform these changes. Right. That is the one thing. Right. So that is the note. Okay. So let's talk about the few things about the transport request. So transport request. Okay, so what are types of request and
Customize workbench relocation,
Relocation.
transport copies.
okay, so where can you create the transport request?
AC01.
HTML.
Okay, SE01 or 09 or 10. So what is the transaction code to import the transport request?
HTML underscore
HTML
import.
SEC82.
import.
SC
SEC7 import.
transport request, Chandra. Don't get confused.
HTML underscore import, right?
Yeah,
STMS.
STMS is the transaction code, or STMS underscore import is the transaction code to import the transport
Sorry.
request, not the client import. Okay,
Yeah,
so
sorry.
listen carefully. Yeah, not a problem. So that is fine. Okay, that is fine. So then, while importing the transport request in the back end, one job will be started. What is the job?
GTP,
RDD, IMP, DP.
RDP, INDP.
RDD, IMP, DP.
Yeah. So if the job is not running,
We need to run the report
RDD
in
new DP.
38 RDD new PP.
okay, that is fine. So where to check the transport logs? TR logs, where can you check?
ESR
In
SAP
trans directory.
trans directory. In that log folder will be there.
Okay,
There we can check the transport
Trans-
logs.
transport logs, right? So what are the destinations will be created during the TMS configurations? During the TMS configurations, there are the few destinations will be
File
created. What are those destinations?
addition.
Destinations, TMS destinations.
The-
That USR
TMS
SAP trans will create.
TMS destinations. Where can you
Sir,
create the?
SAP
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the naming convention of the destinations? First of all.
Okay, data files and co files will be generated.
That files, right?
No, destinations. Destinations.
Means domain control configuration destination.
Yeah. During the domain control configuration,
Yeah,
few destinations
one
will be
use
created.
one users will be created TMS ADM and
Okay.
two RFC
support
CPU, and
TMS are
one job will be triggered RDD IPDP.
Okay.
We are not getting destination in the sense.
TMS ADM destinations and TMS SCP destinations will be created, right? Two RFC destinations.
Yeah, RFs. Okay.
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 Without
it.
users.
Yeah, after the users, destinations will be created to RFC destinations. These are the destinations users. Okay. So apart from that, so TMS destination, TR destinations. So apart from that, we already discussed it. So what left we have still? Okay. So okay, one more thing. I will ask it. So SAP is not starting up. Same scenario. What SAP is not starting up. So what could be the reasons? Possible reasons.
Database
DB
connection.
connectivity.
The SAP is not getting started. Okay, DB connectivity, fine.
SAP services.
Okay,
Same work process.
okay, work process. Even SAP is not starting means how would I process? All this will start. So you have to think more, think big.
File system utilizations.
Okay, that's great.
Table
Uh,
space.
Yeah, fine. There'd be no connectivity. Will SAP?
For our directory full.
Yes, right. Any issues with the DB? Yes. Will SAP start without starting ASCS instance? One of the typical question. Will SAP start without starting ASCS instance?
No, sir.
No.
No.
Why?
Because message server only pass, right? Message server only.
Right. So I will put this way. Will ASCS will start? Will ASCS will start without starting DB and PAS?
Starting DB and pass. Yes, because first ASS will start, after that pass. And
Yeah, that's why what I'm saying, will ASCS start without starting the DB? Okay, pass you told that without starting. So yeah, after the ASCS start only pass.
DB will start
After
first.
DB should start first. After that, we can start the application process, right?
Yeah, that is the order. That is the order we have to follow, right? DB, ASCS,
DB and then
SAP application. But
Yeah.
what I am here, I started the ASCS first. Then after that, will I start the data? I will start the database.
So starting database, how can we get that?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the question. But here, without ASCS start independently. you don't need to start the database. You don't need to start the SAP application server. This is fine. But without you, both are stopped, we can start the ACS. That is fine. That ACS is independent of the DB, which means without that one, we can start it. Suppose say here, see here. So we have NWD, right? The DB crashed, TCP, DB crashed, it won't start it. Then even though your ACS will start. ACS will start. So for this ECP and NWD, we don't have now. So we have the EC6. So now we are going to, so now it started. See here, there is no database now, even though it started. See here. Because there is no dependency. For ACS, there is no dependency. Because it's a monarch. Monarch means it's a number one. Right? So it's not like that. So we need to start it. That is the order we have to follow. Order is the very important. Database, ACS, then primary application server order. But so ACS will start it. There is no dependency on the database. So which means first we need to start the DB, then only we have to start the ACS. Yeah, that is the order we have to recommend the procedure. But without starting the DB also, we can start the ACS. Okay, so interview point of time, so they may get asked this type of typical questions. Okay, you need to carefully answer. Okay, so one more thing on the operational modes concept. Operation modes. So your operational modes are triggered. It's supposed to be, so 10 o'clock all the BTC should change it to the dialog mode, right? 10 o'clock all BTC should change it to the dialog mode. But there the few jobs are running on the jobs are running on the dialog work process, BTC work process, right? You are with me, right? So but it's supposed to change the BTC to dialog. So what will happen with that background work process? Many times I asked these questions during the interview. When I am taking the interviews, many times I asked this set of questions. You got it? Like what? Let's say so 10 o'clock BTC should change it to the dialog mode. But that BTC, one job is running already. Job is running from long time. The job is running, but it's already 10. But the BTC should change to dialog mode. So what will happen with the dialog mode? That's the background work process. You got it? You got the question first of all. You don't need to tell the answer straight away, but you got the question first.
Yes.
Actually,
Yes, sir.
didn't get the
Yes.
question properly.
Okay, let me tell you.
Not
Example.
understanding question.
Yeah. Let me tell you the first again. Okay, 10 o'clock. Suppose now it's 9:49. Okay, 9:49. Now it's 9:49. Okay, let me remove all these things. Okay, 9:49. 10 o'clock, exactly 10 o'clock. All BTC as part of the operational modes, all BTC work process should change it to dialog mode, right? At 10 o'clock. At 10. But few jobs already running. Few jobs already running in the system, which are running from long time. So now it's 10. So jobs are running means BTC work process is running status. BTC work process are running status. Few jobs already running. Now it's 10 o'clock. Whatever the free BTC process, those already converted to the dialog mode. But two BTC process are there. Two BTC process are running with jobs. So what will happen? That work process. What will happen with that work process? That work process and jobs. You got it? Okay. Maybe I will explain once again. Okay. So as part of the
Can
operational
we
mode,
change manually?
as part of the operational mode, all BTC should change it to dialog mode, right? So at 10 o'clock, we should change it. Normally operational mode trigger it at 10 o'clock. So, but two jobs, two background work process are already in the two background work process already running. What will happen? Now operational mode is triggered. Now 10 o'clock operational modes are triggered. What will happen? What will happen with the those work process and so those jobs? Work process and jobs.
It will converted after completion of the job, sir.
Okay. Do you guys agree with that statement? Yes, it's true. So if when the work process are free, then only operational modes will change it to the BTC to dialog mode. But this work process are already in the running status with the job. So first it should complete those jobs, then work process will come to waiting status, then the BTC will change it to the dialog mode. When the jobs are free, that time when the BTC are free, that time it will go to the dialog mode. Till then, it won't harm any existing running jobs, anything, nothing will happen.
But you are mentioned the time interval, no?
Yeah, 10 o'clock it's changed, but 10 o'clock it should change it. But already the work is running. Then what will happen? The work process will wait till completion of that work. Once the work is completed, once the jobs are completed, then it will change it to the PT dialog mode. Even though the time is crossed, but especially this two work process will change it later after the completion of the jobs. Typical question actually, right? Some physical questions. These are the. You got it right. First of all, after
Yes.
completion of the jobs only that will be changed actually.
What if that job is long running, like never ending? Like
Never ending means so the never it will never change it to the dialog mode. Same, right? It will never change it to the dialog mode. Either we need to see, either we need to cancel the job, or we have to take some actions on the job. Okay.